remember, we've already made our pasta sauce, and this is cooked all day long. We also have already fried our eggplant and attached a little Thai basil leaf to it. So we're ready to go ahead and put together our eggplant parmesan. So what I do is I take actually the large pieces of eggplant and put them in a pan that I have sprayed. Okay, like so. And just remember, these have my Thai basil attached to them. And then what I do is I take littler pieces to fill in some of the gaps. And it's okay if they overlap a little bit, that's fine. Okay, and then the next step is, now this I have pureed cottage cheese. Now you can use ricotta cheese if you want to. I just happen to have lots of cottage cheese in the house, so I always just puree my cottage cheese. Some people at this point, also so that their eggplant isn't real runny, they will add egg to their ricotta cheese or their cottage cheese. I usually don't, so that's just a preference. If you want to, you're welcome to do that. And basically, you're going to be adding everything but the kitchen sink. And some people want to put the kitchen sink in to your eggplant. Now, we have a vegetarian, so I'm not going to be adding sausage or meat to this particular recipe. But at this point, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and after you put your sauce on, go ahead and add your browned sausage meat. Okay, so then you just add a little bit of sauce here. And you don't use a whole lot of sauce because, again, we don't want it to be real runny. Okay. Just fill in some sauce here. And the sauce is going to go in between the cracks all on its own, too. But I'll go ahead and just put a little sauce there. Now, I use 3 different kinds of cheeses. I use a little mozzarella, and I'm going to just put just a little bit of mozzarella in there right now, just like so. And then I use shredded cheddar cheese, so I'm going to just go ahead and add a little cheese. You'll notice that this dish is really, really, really rich and probably full of calories, but these are so yummy. Okay, and then I use Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese. So, grated or shredded. So, I'll go ahead and do that. Now, at this point, this is where you get creative. You could put your sausage on. I like a little red bell pepper. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and add that, which I've already sliced. And then since we're in Texas, we kind of like things just a little bit hot or with a little bit of a kick. So what I've done is I've minced some jalapenos. And I know that's not real Italian, but that's okay. It's your Italian dish, so you can do whatever you want to. Okay, so I've added a little bit of minced jalapenos there. And now I'm going to go ahead, I've thinly sliced some Texas 10-15 onions, and I'm just going to go ahead and add some onion to the dish. And as you can see, it's starting to really get a little bit high here. I just want to add just a little more onion, like so. Fill in some of these gaps here with onion. Okay, and then I've got some fresh sliced mushroom that I'm going to go ahead and add a layer of mushroom, just like so. Okay, and I'll finish that up. Okay, now at this point, I go ahead ahead and put another layer of my pasta sauce on top. You always want to make sure you have plenty of your pasta sauce. You don't want to run out of that. Okay. And there you have that. Then I go ahead and put my final layer of eggplant, and I push it down just a little bit, just to kind of squish everything together. Okay. And then again, you can break it, or you can use your little pieces. Okay, if they overlap a little bit. Okay, and there you have it really nice. And then I go ahead, and I put one more layer of my cottage cheese on top. And you kind of spread this layer out a little bit more than you did the other layers. You'll also, when you're baking this, I bake it at 350 degrees until it's cooked all the way through. Sometimes, if you want to, you can bake it at 325. It just takes longer to bake, but just depends on when your company's going to arrive. Okay, so kind of like frosting a cake here. All right, so then once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and add one more layer. And you'll also want to make sure that you line your oven with aluminum foil just in case it runs over, or you can actually put a cookie sheet under this dish because it tends to run over sometimes. All right, so like so. I can just taste this. It's going to be so good. Alright, so now we've got that. Now we go back and put our cheeses on again. Let's start with the cheddar cheese this time because I want to end with my Parmesan cheese. So we do cheddar. And a little bit of mozzarella. Okay, and then we end it with grated Parmesan cheese on top. Just like so. And you'll put a little heavier cheese on the top because we want this to actually, when it bakes, we want it to turn into a nice crust. Okay, and there you have it. This is your homemade eggplant parmesan, and it's very heavy. Now what you'll do is you'll go ahead and bake it, and after this bakes all day, I'll be back with you to show you how it comes out.